Everybody, happy Monday. It's been a day, but I'm excited to be hanging with each and every one of you guys. How was your Thanksgiving? Hopefully you guys all had an amazing, blessed Thanksgiving weekend. Thursday, if you're in the States, celebrate Thanksgiving on Thursday, and then, as we tend to do, enjoy our leftovers on Friday and hang with the family and celebrate all weekend long if you can. But it is good to see all of you jumping on here. Tonight's going to be a quick call. It's going to be a quick call, and I always say that, but tonight is going to be a quick call because my son Ethan is coming home. He went to go visit his mom for a few days for Thanksgiving, and he flies in this evening, and I thought that he landed at midnight, but he actually lands an hour earlier, which is nice. He lands at 11, and where we live, we're about an hour and a half from the airport out here out in the boondocks, out in the farm country. And so it takes us a little bit to get over to the cities to pick him up. So I'm going to have to head out here about 9:15, 9:20 my time. So I'm going to make this call pretty quick, but I did get some amazing personal growth from chapter 5 and chapter 6, the final two chapters of the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And I'm excited to chat with you about them this evening. But as always, make sure you send out a couple messages, let the teams know we're hanging out, we're going to have some fun, and we got a quick call tonight. Hopefully they can get a little bit of value from it. What's going on, Tammy? How are you? Good to see you, dear. What's going on, Lori and Ben Lamelli? Rocking and rolling. What's going on, brother, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
Let's rock and roll. Viva la Mexico.
Sí, señor.
I love it. Michelle Schultz is in the house. What's going on, Carol and Pia and Melanie? Erica Jordan, what's going on, sister? My right hand, Julie's in the house. How are you? Good to see you. Appreciate you as always being on here. Oh, looks like we got Melissa P's on and Tracy. What's going on? Candy McAfee's in the house. Courtney Hadley's in the house. What's going on? It's just a rock star after rock stars getting up. Brian Heflin is in the house. What's going on? Good to see all of you. And let me see. Let me see here. I'm looking for someone. I'm looking for someone special. I'm looking for someone. There she is. We have someone pretty awesome on here today. I'm pretty excited to chat about her for a second, but I'm going to wait till we get started. Peter Sterling, what's going on, Rockstar? Good to see you, brother. Miss you, man. We're going to be chatting this week. I've been saying that I talked to your amazing wife, Carmela, via chat just the other day. What's going on, Mary Ellen? Good to see you. Good to see you. There's Tiffany. Tiffany's on here. All right, so we're going to start the call off, and I want everyone. I know we're still running, right? If you're running for a rank, if you're running for some kind of goal this month, we've still got a couple days left in the month, right? But one thing I love is when someone makes a decision, when someone makes a decision to run, when someone makes a decision to go all out, when someone makes a decision to play at a different level. And we've been talking about this for the last little bit. And like I've said, not everyone is going to jump on board with this, but the cool thing about it is everyone can. And so there was one person that heard that. And at the beginning of this month, you know what, said, I'm going all out. I'm going all out. No excuses. And let me just, I know I'm going to take a second here, but I'm just going to say some fun stuff. Jessica Strickland, drop some love for our newest platinum, Jessica Strickland, who just hit the rank of platinum today. She went all out. She went hard. And she hit it early. Huge congratulations to you, sister. Not only did she hit it, this month, Jessica has 59 customers, 27 of which are new, with over almost $7,000 in volume. And so the girl's crushing it. She's killing it right now. And I just wanted to say a huge congratulations. I just love, and you know what? There's a lot of people that it will take to the end of the month to hit your goals. But what I know is that when you play all out and you just keep going, what's really fun is sometimes you get to the 26th, 27th, 28th, and those goals get hit. And now Jessica gets to focus on continuing these goals, continuing to run, but also being able to support her team, all these new people that she's brought on, helping them get off to a great start, having them not wait until December 1st to start running. And so, Jessica, just a huge congratulations to you, a huge shout out to you, and excited because I know I watched someone say it's really all about, and we've talked about this multiple times, it's about what you do in these final 5 weeks, 6 weeks, or whatever it is of 2022. That's going to project you, set your trajectory for the next year. And so I love seeing that. And I love hearing stories like that. Stories like that just make me excited. And so, Jessica, I don't know if you want to take 2 seconds here real quick and pop off mute and say, hey, but I know we didn't talk about this at all. And so I know I just saw someone in the background. I don't know if that's your amazing. Who is that in the background that was just popping in?
That was my husband.
Tell him to come in too. He's an amazing supporter, and you guys, I'm sure, are celebrating together.
He was trying to help me get these things hooked up, but I can't figure it out.
Well, hey, I just want to give you a quick second, sister, and just, again, super proud of you. Congratulations. I know how hard you've been working at this, and just give you a quick second if you want to say any shout outs to the team at all.
Yeah, I couldn't get here without my team. I really appreciate them and love all their support and help. And even my upline, Tiffany and Erica and all of them, they have been awesome. And, it was really nice to get the message from you today and everything. It just kind of makes it all so much more exciting, whenever everything's just flowing and just going.
It's the best. It's the best. And now on to the next, right? Now we're on to the next one. We keep moving. We keep grooving. I love it. But we celebrate while we're here. That's the most important thing, is to not forget the celebration in the moment before you start the next run. And I will say this, keep me in your thoughts. What Jessica talked about is her upline reached out to me today and let me know that she was running. If you've got someone in your team, and it doesn't need to be some big all-star leader rank like platinum or diamond or something like that. It can be someone that's hitting bronze, someone that's hitting silver, someone that's in gold. Reach out to me. Let me reach out and love on them. Let me reach out and congratulate them. Let me hear their story. It is my greatest honor. It is my favorite thing to do, to be able to plug into each and every one of your lives and to be able to help you celebrate, to help you give that little extra oomph, that little extra, you got this, in a moment of need. And so we got someone that just hit star in Mexico. Again, reach out to me with these amazing wins. Let me hear about these amazing wins. I would love to hear about them so I can help you celebrate. It would be my honor. It would honestly, obviously, and always be my honor. But let's get over it, because like I said, I got only about 10, 12 minutes here before I got to hit the road. I got to pick up my boy. I got about an hour and a half drive to the airport this evening. And so keep us in your prayers for safe driving both there and back, because it's going to be a late night. But chapter 5 and chapter 6 of The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. We talk about these a lot, but there was something in here that hit me. And chapter 5 is all about influences. Chapter 5 is all about influences. And this is where it hit me, because I focused on influences a lot in regards to associations. I talk about the law of association all the time. I keep it in my mind all the time, the law of association, the law of association. Who are you spending your time with? Who are you spending your time around? But Darren breaks down 3 areas of influence that I think are really, really important. And that kind of helped me expand my mindset a little bit in reviewing this book again, and in the mindset of talking to others about it. And the first thing that he references in regards to influences is input. What are you putting in your brain? In this chapter, he says garbage in, garbage out. He talks a lot about this garbage in, garbage out in reference to the news, in reference to, pretty much everything that's on TV for the most part these days. But But the more that I stopped and thought about it, the more that I really kind of dug in. And when I did the work, and this is what I'm asking, and this is what we're all here to do, is to do the work. I'm not asking you guys to do anything that I'm not doing myself. There's nothing that I'm not. This is a mindset call. This is not a, you know, it's fun to throw little challenges out there every once in a while, but this is about becoming just a better person every day. What can we take about this and maybe apply it to our business if that's our main purpose, if that's what we want to focus on right now? But these principles could be applied to any facet of your life. I started to think about input. And I think that when we talk about newspaper and we talk about news, that's becoming a little outdated for today's world. I would say that most of us probably don't watch the news pretty much at all anymore. Most of us don't. Most of us probably don't read the newspaper at all anymore. Might do the crossword, might grab the funnies for the grandkids or something like that, whatever, I don't know. But the reality is, we're getting most of our news from this right here. And so I started to think about input. And again, it's not just about avoiding the TV, but a lot of the times it's about avoiding this. It's about avoiding your phone. It's about avoiding, I mean, sometimes it's taking a very, and again, we use our phones for our business. And so this is a very slippery slope of personal development, of personal fortitude, of mental strength to be able to separate the business building on social media from what could be looked at as the time wasting or the perpetuation of negativity or drama in your life. Now, again, you might not be dramatic, but what are you reading on a regular basis? What is it that sucks you in? What is it that gets you interested? What is it that gets you to go to the comments section and read the comments on a post? Usually it's something dramatic. Usually it's something that's not very positive. Usually someone says something crazy on Facebook and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they said that. And there's 80 comments and you're like, I'll bite. I want to see what everyone's saying. I want to read it all. I'm probably not going to say anything, but I want to go laugh at all the crazy comments. And so again, I want to be very, very aware of the input. What are we putting into our minds? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. He obviously talks about associations, who's influencing you. Talks about limited associations and expanded associations, both of which are wildly important because I think a lot of the times we focus solely on like our main five, but then we forget about all of our acquaintances, all of those limited associations, those people that you can spend 3 to 5 minutes with once a week, you know, those people that you can have that quick conversation with. Maybe it's that person at work that you have the gossip conversation with once a week and you guys meet up in the lunchroom and you chat about this, that, and the other, whatever it might be. But we really need to think about our associations. We've talked about this on pretty much every Mindset Monday call, so I'm not going to talk about it a lot here, but it is very, very important. He talks about finding a peak performance partner. We've talked about this as well. Sometimes this scares you. Some of you have the ability to have this right now, but you don't put it in place because it scares you. Because a true accountability partner would hold you really accountable. That's freaky. It's fun to have an accountability partner that like forgets about you every once in a while and like, you know, doesn't check in, it doesn't call you. And when you don't send your stuff, they don't ream you. And it's just like, oh, this is my favorite accountability partner. They're so good. When I'm really sad, they'll come make me feel better. No. An accountability partner is meant to continually push you uphill in the pursuit of. And like I said, a lot of you know who that person is right now. And they would be that person for you if you ask them. You're just wildly afraid to ask them because you know they'll do it. And then you're going to have to be held accountable. My challenge to you is to make that call, to ask for that, to make it happen, to do it. I did, and she said yes, Ruth Cox says. I love that. I love that. Invest into mentorship was another part that he talked about. This was another very important thing. And I think that again, this goes to a time of, you know, I mean, we live in YouTube world now. Pick a mentor, any mentor, and you don't got to pay $10,000 anymore to have their course. But what I will say is that there is a different level of responsibility. There's a different level of investment that you put in when you do attach a monetary, when you do attach some type of dollar to it. You are definitely going to care more about the class if you paid for it than if it was free. Every single time. And so if you think about that in your mindset and your personal development, it's like, okay, like, yeah, there's endless knowledge out there. And yes, I could go consume it all, but will I? No, probably not. And if I did, would I really consume it all with the mindset of complete in total, like I really want to, like, I want to retain this, like I want to, or would I just listen to it while it's in the background and I play it while I'm doing the dishes, or I play it while I'm making dinner, and I just, again, you'll do that with something that's free. If you paid $10,000 for something, there's not a shot in the world that there's going to be another distraction on the planet. That is, you will kick your children out of the house. Out. Door's locked. Sorry. See ya. I don't care if it's 30 degrees out. See you in an hour when I'm done. Paid $10,000 for this. Here's the keys to the car. Warm it up. So again, I want you to be very aware of that when it comes to investing in your mentorship. And it doesn't need to be some $10,000 value, but I want you guys to think about that. You invest in a lot of other things. How much money have you invested into your mindset? How much money have you invested into your personal development this year? It's not a brag moment for those that have invested a lot. I get it. There's some on here that invested a ton in their personal development. That's great. But this is just a question to those that are coming to the end of this year, that might be thinking about some New Year's resolutions, that might be thinking about how they want to make 2023 look different than 2022. And in the pursuit of that, I want you to ask yourself, how much money have I invested into myself, into my personal development growth journey in this year? That's not being a part of this business at the Happy Co. That's not going to an event or a convention. That's your company event. How much have you poured into your mindset this year? Think about that. Some of you are sitting there and can't think of a dollar that you have spent on your mindset this year. I mean, maybe downloading a book on Audible and paying for your Audible subscription. Maybe that's the extent. I got the Audible subscription so I can get books for Mindset Monday once a month. If that was it, that would be huge. That would be great. If that was a step that you took. But I want you to think about that. There does need to be some investment. There's a lot out there that's free. But not all of us have a Goodwill Hunting Matt Damon mindset, where we're just going to go to the library and just get a degree. Not a lot of us have that mindset. We need the risk associated with the loss of the investment that we put into it for us to actually care about it. Think about that. He talks about developing your personal board of advisors. Your personal board of advisors. This is very, very important. I have a personal board of advisors. These are people in my business world that I can go to that will help advise me on decisions that I'm making, either investment-wise, career-wise, whatever, business-wise, whatever it might be doing. Find a way in your own world, in your own space, to develop your personal board of advisors, people that you can turn to, not just one, but a few that you can turn to. So you're not just getting one spigot of advice coming from one person, but you can go to a couple. The third piece that he talks about is your environment, changing your environment. This is very, very important, changing your environment. A lot of the times this doesn't mean you buy a new house or you get a new place or you do whatever. It can be that you go to Starbucks sometimes. A lot of people are more productive when they get out of their house and they go somewhere else. But a lot of the times changing your environment is just about eliminating those, how does he describe it? He talks about them like they're these tasks, these unfinished tasks from around you that are just surrounding you. If you go to sit down and do work and you've got a bunch of dishes sitting in the dishwasher and you've got a project that's sitting unfinished over there and you've got a bunch of laundry sitting in a basket sitting over there, how quick before you're distracted with something? How quick before you get a voicemail and you're like, oh, I should just go get that laundry done real quick. And all of a sudden you're pretty much doing that. You need to eliminate some of those obstacles that are causing you in your environment to become one of unproductivity. So again, focus on what you can eliminate, focus on the tasks that you can complete so that when you come into your environment where it is supposed to be peaceful or income producing, whatever it might be for you, that you do not have all those distractions. I got to wrap this up in 2 minutes here. Chapter 6 was all about acceleration. And we'll talk about this a little bit more next week as we come into our next book. But chapter 6 was all about acceleration. It was all about really just, he gives a lot of analogies in here about going kind of, when you don't have anything left. And that's when all the magic happens. And we've talked about this a lot as well. But again, this book is free. I would encourage you guys to get this. I would encourage you guys to be reading this 6th chapter because for those that it's for, it's going to hit you. I don't want to spend the whole last minute here just talking about how you need to go and accelerate in your business and get into momentum and all that stuff. At the end of the day, if that's what you're looking for, go grab this book, go take the 6th chapter because that's all the 6th chapter is focused on, is accelerating your life, taking it to the next level, pushing through and realizing that all of the greats found that extra gear when everyone else was slowing down and they pushed forward one last step. And that's what got them where they are now. And so if you're tired right now, if you're already checking out for the end of the year, if you're like, oh, it's end of the year, I'm already, I'm ready for Christmas, we got shopping and we got all this stuff. What I would remind you is there are lives out there in your world right now that feel hopeless. There are lives out there right now in your circle that do not know how they are going to make their holidays happen for their family. There are lives right now in your world, in your circle, that have been struggling with energy, weight loss. They've been struggling with happiness, whether it be through depression or through this crazy environment that we're living in right now, this crazy economy or the COVID pandemic or whatever it might be. There are people that are hurting in your world right now. We're not here to sell anyone anything, y'all. We're here to be a conduit of hope, a blessing to those that might feel like they have been forgotten in their lives. Those that feel that they always had something more in them if someone would have just seen. With that being said, as always, you guys know how much I appreciate you, and I apologize that I have to cut this call just a little bit short this evening. I do want to give you the book for next week, as we're going to start a whole new book in December, and I'm really excited about it. This is, and I cannot even pronounce this guy's last name, so you're going to have to I'm going to spell it for you. But I'm really excited about this book because I have not read this book yet, but I've heard amazing things about it. And I think it's going to be a really fun read for all of us to do together. This book is called Winning the War in Your Mind by Craig Groeschel. Winning the War in Your Mind by Craig Groeschel. Winning the More War in Your Mind by Craig Groeschel. Again, can't wait to see you guys. Can't wait to review this book and a little bit of chapter 6 next week. Until then, praying for each and every one of you. God bless you. We'll see you on What's Up Weekly as we've got some amazing news for you then. Don't forget to tune in and keep running. Let's end this month strong. Talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.